How's it going, guys? And welcome here to Barca Variety. And yesterday, we did have to fight hard for the 3 points, but in the end, we did get them. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the game. Once again, we're going to be doing a player rating from yesterday's crucial win, who performed badly and who had a good performance. We're going to be talking about it in full length and in full detail. So let's get started. And if we do get started with the man in goal, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Now the thing about Ter Stegen is that yesterday he had a better game than the one against Granada. But I think Ter Stegen still needs to improve. For Ter Stegen, it's a 6 out of 10, and you expect better from a Barcelona goalkeeper. You look at Courtois, you look at Oblak, they are saving the league from Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They are saving their teams. Ter Stegen, he has to do better. And what I thought about Ter Stegen yesterday, the reason I'm giving him a low rating is because he was very, very weak in that corner. He couldn't stay up on his feet, and I thought he wasn't 100% focused. And that is it for Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. But then, if we do move on to one of the three defenders in that back three, Lenglet. And this one is gonna have mixed opinions because Lenglet did have a good game. He was pressing high up the pitch. He was very, very aggressive. I thought he had very, very good defending. But again, that mistake that led to the first goal of Valencia came from Lenglet, and it was from a corner where Lenglet doesn't man mark his man very good. And Lenglet, it's a 6 out of 10. Well, you have to give him credit. If you put that mistake behind us, you have to give him credit for pressing high up the pitch, for being so energetic, and he did pay off that rest. But then we do move on to Ronald Araujo, another centre back of that back three, a Uruguayan centre back. And I thought Araujo, I was so happy to see Araujo start. Because after his injury, he didn't start any games. And you guys need to remember how important he was before his injury. This guy is solid rock at the back. And I think at the Atletico Madrid game, at the Camp Nou, he should start over Oscar Mingueza, simply because he gives us everything. He gives us his physicality, his pace, he's strong, and he's getting better on the ball game by game. For Ronaldo Araujo, he had to do it all alone. Sergio Dest wasn't coming back to defend Jose Gaya, and Araujo kept Jose Gaya very, very quiet. And it's a 7.5 out of 10 for Araujo, and I hope to keep on seeing Araujo start more and more games. But then, we do move on to the leader of that back three. Because PK, even if he has a bad day, even if he's not at his best, PK will always affect the game. Not necessarily in the game, but the mentality of the players. Do you guys realize that since PK returned from injury, Lenglet has looked more confident? Lenglet has looked a lot more solid. PK is leading the way for Araujo, Mingueza, and Lenglet. And I love PK's leadership. It's a 7 out of 10 for PK. He had some good defensive moments, and that is it for PK. But then, we do move on to one of the two wingbacks, Jordi Alba. Now again, this is the one that you could go either way and it could have mixed opinions on it. But for Jordi Alba, for me, he played a very, very good game. He got his job done, to be honest, and it's a 7 out of 10 for Jordi Alba. He got that cross into the box, which resulted in our first goal, and all the threat was coming down his left-hand side, and we're going to be talking about that when we do move on to Serginho Dest. But Jordi Alba, all the threat down his side, he did his job defensively, and I enjoyed Alba's game. But then, we do move on to Serginho Dest. Now this one, I'm going for a 6 out of 10, but Serginho Dest, no one was passing the ball to him. Now I really don't know why, but it's probably because Alba is the more experienced player, and all the danger was on that left hand side. We were just focusing on that left hand side, and that is a huge, huge problem. We really do need to focus on both sides because we don't want a team to just focus on one of our sides. And Serginho Dest, it's a 6 out of 10 because he did leave Araujo to defend alone and he didn't do much in attack. I know it's not his fault because we were just focusing on that left hand side, but that is it for Serginho Dest. But then, if we do move on to the three-man midfield, we do start with the maestro, Sergio Busquets, who is finding his former self. This guy is brilliant. He is outstanding. He can find Messi anywhere. His passes are out of this world to whoever it is, and his connection with Messi is also out of this world. And for Busquets, I really mean he had a great game. He was by far, this was his far greatest game of the season. You can go on to say that. And for Busquets, it's an 8 out of 10. It really is a high rating, but he deserves it. And Busquets, defensively, and all his tackles and his recoveries of the ball and his passing, that is his job. And Busquets, he is finding his former self in this new system. But then, we do move on to a similar performance, but more of an attacking performance. Frankie de Jong. Because Frankie de Jong was all over the field with his energy and with his stamina. And you look at that first goal and that penalty. We earned it through Frank de Jong and with his run into the box. And then that second goal, it was also with Frankie de Jong making that run into the box and with Griezmann getting that rebound after a Frank de Jong header. And you know what? Frankie de Jong is such a brilliant player, such a complete player, and he deserves an 8 out of 10. And also, the same rating as Busquets. He was involved in everything, and if he wasn't on the field, we might have not even won this game. But then, we do move on to an 18-year-old who has been starting every single game. It is Pedri. And Pedri, he has looked a lot better after getting some much needed rest with Ilyas Mariba taking his place and Pedri. He looked a lot better, but one thing he needs to improve on is his composure. He needs to improve that finishing touch because Pedri, he has been very, very good into getting into the areas of the box. But one main thing is his composure and his finishing. And it is a 7 out of 10 for Pedri, but I'm sure his composure and his finishing will improve in the years to come. But then, we do move on to the attack. While Ronald Koeman only listed two attackers, Antoine Griezmann and Messi. And this is something that is very, very interesting because Ousmane Dembele is not playing, and it could be because of Griezmann's brilliant form, or it could be because of his contract extension talks. I really don't know why, but Griezmann, you gotta give him credit. His movement off the ball, it's brilliant. His work rates off the ball, it's also brilliant, and he was also all around the field. Even though he was supposed to be the most advanced player, he really did work hard. And for Griezmann, he was at the right place at the right time to get that finishing touch and to get his first goal in this game. And it's a 7.5 out of 10 for Griezmann. But then, we do move on to the guy that won us the game. It is Messi. He did win us the game with a brace. And the second goal was brilliant. And so many people are criticizing Messi because he couldn't handle the pressure. He did crumble under pressure for that penalty. When his team needed him to score that penalty, he didn't score that. Well, what I'm going to say about this is that Messi, his mentality is brilliant. Because after missing that penalty, he kept on trying and he did get himself a brace to get us all the 3 points, and he did fix his mistake by scoring two goals instead of that penalty. And it is a brilliant performance from the magician. It's an 8 out of 10, but in the games to come, he needs to improve his penalties. And guys, of course this wasn't a perfect performance, but we did enjoy it because we did get all the 3 points and we did get the job done. From now on, all we need to do is get the job done. That doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement. That doesn't mean that we played a good game. Yes, we do need to improve out of a huge game at the Camp Nou, a title deciding game. It's Atletico Madrid at the Camp Nou, and we do need to improve to have a chance to be Atletico Madrid. And I will see you then. I will see you for all the build up for the Atletico Madrid game. And if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video.